While you're creating shopping campaigns, you no need to target keywords and you no need to create an ad copy. Like in display and search, what we were doing, we were giving headline, we are uploading some video, we are uploading some image. No, you don't need to do anything. No headline, no description, nothing. It will be done by Google itself. And targeting keywords is also not necessary. Why targeting keywords is not necessary? Because while creating shopping campaigns, there is no such thing called keywords and all, because Google is going to do in the behalf of you. Why you cannot target keywords? Because if we take the example of Amazon, Amazon has some 30 crore products. And let's assume that Amazon wants to run ads for this product. And let's assume for each product at least one keyword, then that will become 30 crore keywords. Do you think a normal person can target any 30 crore keywords? No, we cannot target 30 crore keywords. That is the reason instead of you, Google is going to target keywords. And there is one drawback over here in shopping ads. Because Google is taking the control, when you are not targeting keywords, Google is going to target. That means Google is taking the control. So what happens when Google takes the control? Obviously, whenever Google tries to take the control, you will lose your money. It is for sure. Because whenever Google gets the chance to take money from the advertiser, 100% it will try to take money from the advertiser. What happens is when Google tries to target, Google targets irrelevant keywords also. This is the most important thing which you need to remember in shopping ads. Google targets irrelevant keywords. 50 to 60% of the times, Google is going to target irrelevant keywords only. That is the reason shopping ads are very, very cheap when compared to other ads. Shopping ads are really cheap because 50 to 60% of the times your keywords are ranking for your advertisement is ranking for some irrelevant keywords only. And what happens when you rank for irrelevant keywords, when your advertisement appears for irrelevant keywords, then so many people will be clicking on your advertisement and you will be losing your money. So that is the reason shopping ad is a cheap ad when compared to the all different ads. And what you have to do over here is when creating shopping campaigns, there is a thing called feed. Instead of keywords, you need to set up this feed. If you set up this feed, based on this feed, Google is going to target the keywords and Google is going to create the ad copy. But you have to create this feed. That feed we are going to create it today. What is a feed? Feed is nothing but a product detail. You will learn it in detail later, but as of now, just remember that feed is nothing but a details of your products, whatever the products you are selling, that detail is known as a feed. That complete file is known as a feed. So you have to generate a feed and you have to submit this feed to the Google. Based on this feed, that means based on your product details, Google is going to target keywords and Google is going to create an ad copy on the behalf of you. And generally, what is Google Ads account structure? Your Google Ads account, campaigns, ad groups, keywords, and ad copy. Keywords and ad copy you should not create. It is under Google's control. Only these three things you have to keep in mind. Obviously, you'll be having your Google Ads account, and under that, you have to create a campaign, and after that, you have to create an ad group. That's it. If you create an ad group and a campaign, and if you set up a feed and if you submit to Google, you have to just link it both, and your shopping ad is done. To create a feed, I told you need to create a feed. But your feed option is not there in normal Google Ads account. Whichever Google Ads account we generally use, in that Google Ads account, there is no option called feed. To create a feed, you need to have a Google Merchant Center account. With the help of Google Merchant Center account only, you can generate a feed because you do not have that option in Google Ads account. So these are the 5 steps you should always remember while creating a shopping ad. Your website should be an e-commerce website, that is for sure. You need to have products in your websites. You need to have products in your website. Then go to Google Merchant Center account and set up feed. Feed in the sense, your product detail. Okay, done. Third point, both Google Ads and Merchant Center are different entities. Don't think Google Ads and Google Merchant Center are same. It is not one option in Google Ads account. No, Google Ads account is different, Google Merchant Center account is different. So when you are creating campaign and ad groups in Google Ads, and when you are generating a feed in Google Merchant Center account, there should be a link between both of things, right? Because your product, your campaign is here and your product details are over here. So what you have to do is you have to link them both. Then go to Google Ads and create a campaign and ad group and select merchant center. That is, you have to link the both. Afterwards, always check for search term and block unwanted keywords. What is this line is? What did I tell? Google is going to target irrelevant keywords. That day we have seen example of laptops also, right? That Google is going to target irrelevant keywords. Now let's see. Laptop. Yeah. See, what is my keyword over here? Laptop free. That means I'm trying to purchase a laptop for free. Here, some ads are appearing to me. These are shopping ads. This is how a shopping ad appears. An image, the product title, the price of the product, and the company, whoever is selling that product. Now, this is shopping ad. Do you think Dell, these all people are going to sell the laptops for free? No, nobody is going to sell the laptop for free. So this is some 3,42,000 something laptop is there. Do you think they are going to sell it for free? No. But still your advertisement is appearing for a particular keyword called laptop free. For this particular keyword, these advertisements should not appear, but still they are appearing because Google is targeting the keywords. That is the reason they are appearing. So what you have to do is when you create a shopping campaigns, the work becomes a little bit hectic because you have to 50 to 60% of the times you are targeting, Google is targeting irrelevant keywords, and those irrelevant keywords you have to convert into a negative keyword. Always you have to. Now people might be searching laptop price, or people might be, if you are selling some product, people might be searching what is this product, why is this product, where to apply this product. All these things, what, why, where, all these things, each and everything, like a keyword called free, all these things you have to convert into a negative keyword. There are so many companies, every day they'll be blocking some 1,000 to 3,000 keywords also. Because obviously, when you're running ads and you're appearing for irrelevant keywords, you have to block those keywords. That means you have to convert those keywords into negative keywords. So this is about shopping ads. Now we'll generate a feed and we will link our Google Ads account with our Google Ads Merchant Center. Now, so first thing is you need to have your Google Ads account. We all have that. Then we have to create a campaign and then we need to create an ad group. This is our work, keyword and ad copy only. This we will do later. Before that, we have to generate our feed. That means we have to give our product details, right? So first let's generate our feed. How to generate our feed? With the help of Google Merchant Center, we have to generate our feed. So let's go to Google Merchant Center. First, open your Google Ads account, google.com/ads. Then open any of your account. And one thing you need to remember over here is with one Gmail ID, you can only create one Google Merchant Center account. One Gmail ID, only one Google Merchant Center account. That's it. It's not like Google Ads where you can create 20 Google Ads accounts. No, with one Gmail ID, only one Google Merchant Center account. So open any of yours. Google Ads account. Then, Pranita, where Google Merchant Center will be there?
In tools and settings.
Tools and settings. Under setup, there is a thing called
Google Merchant Center.
Yes. Just because Google Merchant Center option is there in Google Ads, don't think both like this is one part of this. No, both are different. Google Ads account is different. Google Merchant Center is different. Normally, you can type like this also instead of coming to your Google Ads account and instead of going to Google Merchant Center. Normally, you can search like this also Google Merchant Center. So directly you can go over there. So both are different entities. Don't think both are same. So under tools and settings, setup, under setup, there is a thing called Google Merchant Center. So just go into Google Merchant Center over here. Then click on Get Started. get started. Just observe this process. This is not that important. If you have e-commerce website, then obviously it is important for them. It is not that easy in one class. 100% you are not going to understand it, but just try to observe. Don't write anything, Rita. Just try to observe. Now, enter your business information. Then you have to give your business name over here. What I did, just I have logged into my Google Ads account. Then tools and setting. Under tools and setting, Google Merchant Center. That is under setup, Google Merchant Center. Then after that, I have just clicked on get started. That's it. When I click on get started, list your products for free on Google. Okay. Now, what I have to do over here? Enter your business information history. So enter your business name. Whatever the business name you have, please enter that name. Then business country. In which country you are doing your business, you have to just enter that business country over here. Then time zone is automatically taken upon the country. So business name I have given, business country and time zone. Done. Then where do you want your customers to check out? So select all that up, right? You want them to come to your store or you want them to visit your website. So I'm selecting website as of now. Then leave this as of now. Then would you like to sign up for emails about Google Merchant Center? That means if you want any notifications from Google Merchant Center, then you can just click over here, get tips and best practices about improving your performance on Google. As of now, I'm not going with this because I don't want unnecessary emails. Then Google Merchant Center terms of service. Okay, I have clicked on this particular thing. I have read all the terms and conditions. That's it. Click on create an account. Then your Google Merchant Center account will be created. So first, click on get started, your business name, country, time zone, where you want your customers to check out on my website because I have an e-commerce website. Then particular thing I have read and agreed to all the terms and conditions, create an account. Now, great, your account is now ready to use. So click on continue. Now, all these things you have to fill it now. Business details, verify and claim, set up shipping, add products, Google purchase, everything you do it now. Now, where your products will show, just click on continue. Then you directly come over here. See, we are in this step over here. Add your business details. So just give some address over here. Add an address. Then, see, this will not activate unless you click on save button over here. So always click on save button over here. Okay. I just clicked on save button over here. Then phone number for verification process. You have to give your phone number over here. Then you'll be getting an OTP. Then Google Merchant Center will confirm that this is your account. So give your phone number over here. Yeah, just click on save. Then here verify number option will be coming. Just click on this verify number, text message or voice call. I'm just selecting text message and click on continue. Then you'll be getting an OTP to your phone. Just enter that OTP over here. You're just verifying that this is your account. Okay. Then click on finish. You have added your business information. In business information, what we have given our address and we have given our phone number. That's it. You have added business information. Click on continue. Then automatically you'll be jumping to second step. Verify and claim your website. You have verified your phone number, but you have to verify your website also. So just take your website URL and verify your website. Whichever e-commerce website you have, take that website URL and just copy that code and paste it over here. Then your website address, continue. Then one code will appear over here. Just wait for some time. Yeah. One code will appear over here. Verify your website. To verify your website, follow in the Follow these steps. Copy the HTML tag generated for your website. This tag, this code, you have to copy and paste it in your website. Where you have to paste it? Paste the HTML tag in the HTML code of your site's homepage. That means under appearance, there is a thing called theme editor. There, you have to click on header. Then where head is starting, where head is ending, you have to see. Where head is ending, just before that, you have to paste this code. And you have to click on verify your website. That means you're telling to Google that, yes, I'm the owner of this website. So just let me log into this particular website so that I have to paste the code over there, right? So first log into your website. Then I'll copy the code from Google Merchant Center and I'll be pasting it over here in the website. So copy this code, copy to clipboard, then log into your website. I have logged into my particular website. Then appearance, under appearance, there is an option called theme editor where we have pasted so many codes. You have to go there only. For Google AdSense, you'll be pasting. For Google Analytics, you'll be pasting. And while we were verifying our website, like while we were submitting our website to Google and on-page SEO, at that time also we pasted our code. So all the verifications and all we have to do by going into appearance under theme editor. Like appearance, under appearance, there's an option called theme editor. Then where you have to paste, what did you tell where you have to paste? Paste the HTML tag in the HTML code of your home page. That is your site's home page. It should go in the head section history. So I've just copied the code, then click on header. Then see where head is starting and where head is ending. Just above where, like just where head is ending, just above that you need to paste the code. So scroll down where head is starting. The head is starting in the 10th line. And just observe where head is ending. Okay. Then update file. Head is ending over here in the 35th line, and I have pasted the code on the 34th line. And click on update file. File edited successfully. Then come back over here and click on verify your website. Then your website will be verified. That means Google Merchant Center will come to know that yes, this is your website only. Can you see this? Your website address, this particular website has been verified. Good. Claim your website. We are done with the first step. Verification is done. Then you have to claim your website. So just click on claim website. That is enough over here. No need to do anything. Just you have to click on claim button. Then your website, particular website URL is successfully claimed. Then click on continue. Now we are in third option. Two options are done. Third option, set up shipping. Most of the time will be taken over here only while you are adding products. All these things anybody can do. Now, shipping service name, like suppose you have Blue Dart as your shipping service, whatever the shipping service with whom you are shipping your products, just get that service provider name and then country and currency. Okay, then click on next. Click on next. Then order cutoff time. Select a time and select a time zone. So order cutoff time allows you to set a time after which you will no longer process orders. That means suppose you will not take orders after 6 o'clock in the evening. Then you have to select the time over here. You have to mention that after 6 o'clock or after 10 o'clock, I'll not be taking orders for my particular website. Then select a time zone. Then you have to enter over here Kolkata time zone. Then the Indian Standard Time zone. That means only after 10 p.m. I'll be taking orders and my time zone. Then delivery time, handling time you have to mention over here. That means how many days will it take to confirm your order. Handling time is the difference between the order cutoff time following placement of an order and when the shipment for the order is ready. Okay, so I'm just entering some 2 to 3 days over here. Then select days, Monday to Saturday or Monday to Friday and all this. Then transit time, that means how many times, how many days will it take to deliver the particular product? You have to mention over here. So I'm just mentioning as 5 to 8 days over here. And on which days you are delivering the product, that also you need to select over here. So I will select it. Then click on next. As of now, you have to select your what kind of shipping you are doing. As of now, let's go with free shipping only. Then click on save. That's it. This is your shipping service, your country and where you are delivering at the customer's address and all destinations, everything you are given. Then click on continue. That's it. Our 3 steps are done. The 4th step is adding products. Here only most of the time consumed over here. Suppose you have just 2 to 3 products or 5 or 10 products. Let's assume you have 10 products in your website. Then you can add one by one product. But a company like Amazon, which has 30 crore products, or if you also have some hundreds or thousands of products, do you think one by one you can add a product at a time? Can you give one by one list, product detail? No, it will become really difficult. We can't add the product one by one. So at that time, add multiple products at once is the best option. Instead of adding one product, 10 products you can add one after other. But if you have more products, you cannot add like that. So always go for this particular option. This is the best option when compared to both. Add multiple products at a time. So just click on this particular option. Now, select the country for sale and select the language over here. That's it. Then click on continue. Yes, this is the important step. Choose how to set up your feed. What I told in the Google Merchant Center, you are going to set up a feed. We have still not given our product details. In this step, we are going to give our product details. There are 4 ways to give up a product details: Google Sheets, Schedule Fetch, Upload, Content. Always go with Schedule Fetch option because this is the easiest among all the options. Now, you can go for Google Sheets also, but if you go for Google Sheets, what you have to do is you have to create an Excel sheet. Like you have to mention your product code, then you have to give your product name, then you have to give your what is the product price you have to give. Each and every detail, what is the category of the product you have to give. Each and everything you have to create a Excel sheet. That is really hectic. That is really hectic. If you have so many products, then it becomes really hectic. So do not go for Google Sheets option. If people have an HTML website, they do not have any other option, 100% they have to go for Google Sheets option only. But if you have a WordPress website, then you have both the options. Whichever you want, you can take Google Sheets or Schedule Fetch. But when compared to both the options, Schedule Fetch is the easiest option because in Schedule Fetch, when you go for Schedule Fetch option, you can use a plugin. There is a plugin called Product Feed Pro. It is only for e-commerce websites. Whenever you are creating a shopping campaign, you have to use this plugin. If you are going for if you are going for Google Sheets, don't use this plugin. It's not required. But if you are going for Schedule Fetch option, then you have to use that plugin called Product Feed Pro. So I will go for Schedule Fetch option only because you need not give the details over here. Automatically Google will take the details, your product name, your product price, your product category, everything Google will take by itself. You need not do that. So this is best, right? Here, instead of doing hard work, I'm just using the easiest option. So let me go for Schedule Fetch option. Now name your field and choose one input method. So just give some name over here, field 1 or whatever it is. Okay, I've given some feed name. Then Schedule Fetch option. I want to go for Schedule Fetch option. Before going for Schedule Fetch option, what I told you have to install a plugin. Product Feed Pro is the plugin name. Always remember Product Feed Pro. You guys already know how to install a plugin. Just click on plugin, add new, and install and activate this plugin called Product Feed Pro. Okay, this plugin I already have in this particular website, so I'm not installing again. Now, when you install your plugin, obviously it is going to appear on dashboard. Then click on create feed. This particular plugin called Product Feed Pro is just used to create a feed, which you need to submit to Google. So Product Feed Pro and click on create a feed. In this particular website, I have some products. That is the reason I'm using this particular website. So just click on Product Feed Pro. Put the cursor on for Product Feed Pro and click on create feed. Then let's see how to create this feed. Okay. Now, project name. You have to give some project name over here. I'm just giving it as project as my name. Then select the country. I'm selecting India. Then channel in the sense what exactly you're doing. You are doing these ads for Google Shopping, or whether it is a Bing Shopping, whatever it is, you have to select it over here. So I'm just selecting Google Shopping. You have n number of options over here, Pinterest, Facebook and all. I'm just selecting Google Shopping. Then don't do anything over here. Just click on save and continue. Project name, country, channel. That's it. Click on save and continue. This is the first step to generate a feed. Then we'll go to second step. Now scroll down and see what I told in a Google Sheet. When you are going for a Google Sheet option, each and everything you have to give. Like normal Excel sheet, how it will be there, each and every detail. Same like that, you have to also give each and every detail. But over here, when you go for schedule fetch option and when you install a plugin called Product Feed Pro, see everything: product ID, product title, product description, product URL, product image, stock available, stock status, price. Each and everything is taken automatically. You did not create this, but Google has taken this automatically. How Google has taken? When we are creating an e-commerce website, we have given a product ID. We have given a title for our product. We have given a description for our product, short description, lengthy description. Product URL we have given. We have given an insert and an image. Then we have given a stock availability also, whether our stock is SKU unit, stock keeping unit, that is SKU in the sense stock keeping unit, how much stock you have with you. Each and everything we have mentioned. We have given a price. Each and everything, just because we have installed a plugin called Product Feed Pro, everything will be taken automatically. It's not like Google Sheet where you have to give the information individually. So now don't do anything over here. Just click on save button because everything is done by this particular plugin only. You don't need to do anything. Just click on save and okay, scroll down. This is the most important thing. You are having products in your website. See, I have some menswear technology and I have some women's wear products in my website. And there are two products which are uncategorized also. This is your category, number of products. This is your category. Whatever the category you are giving, that is on the left side. But Google has its own shopping category. That means Google has a list where each and every product, whatever the products are present in this whole world, Google has given, for each product, Google has given some category. Google has given some code. That code you have to copy and you have to paste it over here. This is just your category, whatever you are giving, but Google also has some category. That is for whole, that is universal actually. Everybody uses that. For each product, Google has told that this is the product code. Like if it is a skirt, then this is the product code for skirt. If it's a t-shirt, then so and so product code will be there. This is listed by Google. That is same for everybody. For you also, if you have your website, for you also it will be same. For me also it will be same. So that universal categories you have to copy and you have to paste it over here. Where will you get that categories? Where can you find that? You cannot find it like this. You have to search Google taxonomy, Google taxonomy or Google product taxonomy, whichever you like. Just click on Google taxonomy. Then go into this particular website called support.google.com. This is by Google only. This is Google's website actually. So just Google product category. This is for everybody. It will be same. You have to go over here. And this is some article. Just scroll down and download a list of all Google product categories. That means Google also has a product category. For each and everything, Google has given some different product category that you have to copy and you have to paste it over there. So you can download via Excel sheet or plain text. I'll go for plain text because it looks a little bit neat. Now, suppose you are selling some pet supplies. Then suppose you are selling some bird cage. Let's assume you have a website and you are selling some bird cage food and water dishes. Then what you have to do is you have to copy this code. See, 7386 is the code. This is universal. For everybody, this only will be the code if they are going to sell a bird cage food. Then you have to copy this code. After that, after copying this particular code, you have to come back over here and you'll have your product, right? Bird cage product or whatever it is. Suppose let's assume in the place of menswear, there is a bird cage. Then you have to paste that particular code over here. Then for technology, again, go over here and search for technology and copy that code and paste it over here. Like this you have to do. Now, suppose you are selling some dog supplies. Then you have to take some dog beds. This is, suppose you are selling dog beds. Then take this particular code, copy the code, come back over here, paste it over here. Now, menswear is there. That means I'm selling some t-shirts. Where can I find t-shirts over here? There, see, the list is very long. You cannot scroll like this. It will take lots of time. You cannot scroll. So instead of that, when we are doing on-page SEO, we have installed a plugin called SEO Quake, right? To see where we are ranking, on what position we are ranking on SERP. Same like that, when we have installed our SEO Quake, we have just clicked on Control F on our keyboard. Here also click on Control F on your keyboard. And whatever the product you have, suppose t-shirts you are selling, then search as shirts. Then it will be highlighted. See, it is highlighted over here. Then what you have to do is copy this particular code, that is 212, copy it, come back over here and paste it over here. That's it. Then it will turn into green. Then technology, whatever your product is, then take that product, just search for that particular product. Okay, I'm unable to find it. Hardware, this. Okay, hard drive, circuit board, something is there. So it's up to you. If you're selling some electronic product, then you have to just take that product code, take the product code, copy it, come back over here and paste it over here. Then women's wear. Then I'm selling some skirts, so I'll be searching for skirts over here. Then knee length skirts, long skirts, whichever skirt you are selling, just copy that code. See, knee length is different, long skirt is different, and mini skirts are different. Each has its own code. So copy that particular code. This is really important because if you copy the wrong code and if you paste it for a wrong product, Google will simply reject your products. Google will not target keywords and Google will not create an ad copy. Google will reject it. After you set up the feed and give it to Google, Google will take at least 3 days of time. Sometimes if you're lucky, then 1 day also. But generally, Google will take 3 days of time to review your product details. That means to review your feed, Google will take some time. Google can accept or Google can reject also. So make sure you give good product details so that Google will accept it. Then I have copied this code and come back over here and paste it over here. Done. Then click on Save Mappings. Just remember, this is called Google Taxonomy or Google Product Taxonomy, where Google has listed each and every product. See, you cannot scroll this in 1 day. It will take lots of time. For each and every, for whatever the products are there in this whole world, Google has listed for each and every product, Google has given some category. Whether it is, you have seen, right? Pets, for pets, pet nail polish is also there. See, pet nail polish, it is not a normal nail polish, pet nail polish, pet hair dryers, pet hair clippers, trimmers. So this comes on, see, this is under animals and pet supplies and pet grooming supplies. Under pet grooming supplies, these are the products. Then if you scroll down, then clothing, active wear, bicycle active wear, and bicycle jerseys. Then apparel and accessories, clothing, baby and toddler. For babies, it is clothing, baby and toddler outerwear, outfit, sleepwear, swimwear. So many things are there over here. Suppose you are selling some skincare products or shampoo and all, then you can just search for shampoo. See, only for pets also there is a shampoo, for shampoo and conditioner. Like this, you can search so many things. Each and every product, whether it is technology product or whether it is a jewelry or whether it is a clothing, each and everything. See, jewelry products are also there. Anklets, body jewelry, bracelets, so many things, necklace, and arts and crafts are there over here. And candle making kits. That means if you are into some DIY websites, then you can use these products and copy the code and paste it in your website. And see, for everything Google has listed, there is no such product for which Google has not listed a category. This is Google listed categories, not your listed categories. We just give random categories, right? But Google has given for each and everything, this will be the code. Each and everything has a different code, and you have to copy that code and you have to paste it over here. See, drumsticks and musical keyboard bags, musical keyboard stands, guitar, everything is there. There is no such thing which is not there in this particular thing. This is looking really messy, but if you go for Excel sheet, that is more messy. So I don't go. Actually, same, both are same, Excel sheet or a plain sheet. In plain, it is little bit neat. Then just click on save mappings. Whatever the product category is there, just link your Google product category with your particular category. Copy the particular thing and paste it over here. See, 212 code 85466228. Then click on save mappings. This is a product detail which we have giving to Google. Then after you click on save mappings, don't do anything over here, just click on continue. Your feed will be generated. After your feed is generated, just download that file. That's it. Here you should not click on anything, delete or add filter, nothing. Just click on continue. Okay, I have clicked on continue. Then click on generate product feed. Okay, we have created our product feed, but we have to generate it now. So he's just giving this all details which we have given. Then click on generate product feed. Then whatever the feed name you have given, that feed name will be appearing, and there will be an option called download option will be there. Just click on the download option and a new file will be created. Okay, scroll down. See, this is the one which we have created today. Project. Project was our feed name, right? Project name. He asked us, sorry, not feed name, but our project name. So I have given the project name as project only. Then XML format. Your feed will be in XML format only. Then refresh interval daily, we have given status ready, it's ready. Then you have to click on download button over here. If you want to delete it, you can delete. I'm just clicking on download button. Click on this download button. Now see over here. See, this is our product title. Varanga is our product title. That means for some skirt, I have given the title as this particular name. And for availability, it is in stock, because while creating our e-commerce product, see, to understand shopping campaign, you need to know how to create a product. That means how to add products, how to give price, how to give, whether it is in availability or not, everything you should give. That means you should know how to create an e-commerce website. If you know e-commerce website, then you will understand all these things. This is our product name. This is the ID which I have, which we got, and this is our title, Varanga, and this is our URL. This is a product URL. Can you see? This is a product URL. Then it is in stock. This I have only given while creating a website. Just go and watch this e-commerce website video where you'll be getting how to give in stock and how to give price and everything. Can you see this? 800 rupees. That means for this particular skirt, I have given the price as 800 rupees. So it is automatically taken 800 rupees. Then what is the category I have given? I have given the category as new. Sorry, women's wear I have given the category. Now see, this is some Libas product, and that is a product URL. Just observe, see product slash Libas. Then I have given the price as 400. Then I have given it as women's wear. Then scroll down, this is India, this is the product, then 300 rupees. If you go for Google Sheet, each and everything you have to mention. You have to create Excel and you have to mention. But because you have gone for schedule fetch and you have installed a plugin called Product Feed Pro, everything is very easy. Everything is really easy. See, I have not given. Did I give? Did I mention this is my product name and this is the category of my product. This is the price at what I am selling. No, I have not mentioned. Because of this plugin, everything is automatic. I have not given everything, but see, every product detail is present over here. See, this is some USB, 50 GB USB, and 1,000 rupees, and I have not categorized it, so it is showing uncategorized. I'll just open this particular website and let's see whether the prices are matching or not. Just copy this and paste it over here. Then go to shop. Everything is automatic because we have used the plugin called Product Feed Pro. See, this is our product Varanga and it is 800. If you see over here, where is it? It is for 800 only. This is the title, it is in stock, and the product price also we can see that is 800. So automatically it happened because we have generated a feed with the help of Product Feed Pro. Each and every detail of this product has been generated automatically. You have not done hard work. If you go for Google Sheets, if they have a HTML website, 100% they need to do a lots of hard work over there. But because we do not have HTML website and ours is a WordPress website, it is easy for WordPress owners actually. So always don't go for Google Sheet option. It is good option only, but the hard work is really more. You have to create a file and you have to upload the file over there. That is Excel file, and you have to upload it over there. So instead of doing lots of hard work, it's better you generate a feed. Now what I have to do is come back to your schedule fetch option. I have just selected this option. Now what I have to do is I have given my name your feed and choose an input method. Okay, I have given my feed name and choose one method with what you want to do. You want to go for Google Sheet or you want to go for schedule fetch and all. So I'm just going for schedule fetch option, click on continue. Then give some file name over here. So I'm giving it as file. Okay, I have given my file name. Then file URL you have to give. File URL. To paste your URL over here, you are generating the feed. Whatever hard work you have done in your website, from installing the plugin to generating a feed, all these things why you are done is just to paste the code over here you have done. So file URL you have to mention. Which file URL? Your product feed URL. Now, this particular URL you have to take, come back over here and paste it over here. First, click on this download button. When you click on download button, this file will appear. Copy this file code, that is, copy this file URL, come back over here and paste this file over URL over here. That's it. These both are optional. Then click on create the feed. That's it. It is done. Now it will take at least 3 to 4 days, like maximum 3 days and minimum 1 day for Google to review our products. We have given each and every product detail to Google, right? We have set up our feed and we have downloaded this feed file, then this particular URL. What is there in this particular URL? Your product details are there, from the category to the price to title, description, everything is there over here. So Google will see, Google will review our products. It will take some minimum 1 day to 3 days. After 3 days, come over here and see whether your products are reviewed and whether Google has accepted or not. That's it. No product data fetched yet because Google has still not reviewed it, right? So no product data fetched yet. After 3 days, Google will at least reject your product or Google will accept your product. That's in Google hands. That's it. Don't do anything over here. It will take some time. Then view Google policies. Nothing is there to do now. Our complete task is done. Just click on start final review and you will be done. That's it. This is how you have to generate your feed. Our work is done in Google Merchant Center account. See, if you want to see products, that means let's assume Google has reviewed your product. See, it will take up to 3 business days for shopping ads and can take few weeks for the other programs also. Pending times are in review and won't show in ads yet. That means they are still in review and your ads will not appear yet. This review takes up to 3 business days. So wait for 3 business days. After 3 business days, if you open your Google Merchant Center, then you can see your active items, expiring items, and disapproved items. If Google has disapproved some items, then you can see those items over here. That's it. That's it. This is how we have to generate a feed. Okay, I have generated a feed. Now what I told, you have to, both Google Ads and Google Merchant Center are different. You have to link them both. We have still not created our campaigns and ad group. We have to create it too. But before that, you have to link your Google Ads with your Google Merchant Center account. How to link your Google Merchant Center account with your Google Ads? Let's assume for this particular account, I'm creating a shopping ads campaign. Then what I need to do is come back to your Google Merchant Center account, click on settings, then linked accounts. Go into linked accounts. That means you are linking your Google Merchant Center with your particular Google Ads account. Both should be linked because here you are creating a feed and there you are creating a campaign. So both should be linked. Click on linked accounts. Then copy your particular Google Ads ID, copy that ID, come back over here and click on link account. This is other account actually. So click on link account and Google Ads customer ID. Paste that customer ID over here. Send link request. From your Google Merchant Center, you are sending a link request to your Google Ads account. So account link needs to be confirmed in Google Ads. I have not confirmed it yet. So go back to your Google Ads account. Here you will be getting a notification. I cannot see any notification because I have not refreshed it. So once refresh it, then you will be seeing a notification over here that you have got a request from so and so Google Merchant Center account, whether you want to accept or not. So just go into notifications. Yeah, go into notifications. Can you see over here, 2 Merchant Center account link request pending. So I've got a notification that somebody from Google Merchant Center account has asked for a link request. So I'm just clicking on view. Then accept the request. View request. See 533367867. This is my Google Merchant Center account ID. If you can see over here, both are same. From this account, I have sent a request over there. So website is this particular website and store name is ODMT. We have given our business name also, right? So it's up to you, cancel, reject or approve. I'm just clicking on approving. This is how you need to link your Google Ads account with your Google Merchant Center account. That is your Google Merchant with your Google Ads account. Then what you have to do? Okay, you have generated your feed, but there are other 2 steps, right? You have to create a campaign and ad group. With the help of your feed, Google is going to target keywords and all. Campaign and ad group you need to do. So again, click on this particular option, Google Ads. Then click on new campaign. Again, it's same like search, display and everything. Create a campaign without a goal guidance. Then which campaign you need to select? Search is done, display is done, video is done, mobile app is also done. Then go for shopping. Mobile app is the easiest one among all the networks and shopping is the difficult one among all the networks. So we have learned mobile app that day on the Friday's class. We have learned mobile app. It is really easy. Then click on shopping because we are creating a shopping campaign. Then can you see over here, to advertise products on your website, select a Merchant Center account. It has been already selected because I have linked my Google Ads merchant with my Google Ads account. Now select the country where your products are sold. So I'm selecting it as India. Then smart shopping campaign or standard. Whether it is a display campaign, whether it's a search campaign, whatever the campaign it might be, always go for standard only. Never go for smart. Do not go for smart. Unnecessarily you're losing your money. Then click on standard, then click on continue. Then give some campaign name over here. Then select your bid strategy. On Friday's class, I have told, in the initial stage, go for clicks only. do not go for cost per acquisition, because first only while you start running your ads, first only you will not get leads, right? First only people will not start purchasing your product. It takes some time so that people start purchasing your products. So until that, go for maximum clicks option only. Then suppose somebody has purchased your product, then Google will send you a notification telling that you have got some conversations. Why don't you go for, that is, you have got some conversions, I'm sorry, you have got some conversions, why don't you go for CPA, that is cost per acquisition. Google will recommend cost per acquisition. Until Google recommends cost per acquisition, go for CPC model only. That means go for maximize clicks only, so that you can save your money. Suppose you have got some conversion and somebody has purchased your product, then at that time Google will be sending you a notification telling that, see, you have got some conversion, somebody's purchased your product, 2 people purchased your product, why don't you go for CPA model, that is cost per acquisition. Then at that time go for cost per acquisition model. Otherwise, in the starting level, go for maximize clicks, then set the maximum cost per click bid. So I'm giving it as 30 rupees, you know already this one. Then budget, I'm giving some 1000 rupees as my budget. Then network, search network and YouTube, Gmail and Discover. Always do not go for these two options. You will unnecessarily lose your money, because your ad might be appearing on display partnered websites, on YouTube and all these things. So always uncheck these two options. Google is smart. So Google is trustworthy platform. Google always tries to take money by doing such kind of things. Then where you want to sell your product, India, all these things, start and end dates. Then ad group, name you have to give, create a campaign. That's it. Your campaign has been created. You are done with the 2 steps also, and you have linked your particular Google Merchant Center with your Google Ads account also. So I have created campaign and I have created an ad group also, and I have created a feed, and that means I have generated a feed and I have linked my Google Merchant Center with my Google Ads account also. This is how you need to create your Google Ads shopping campaigns. It is little bit difficult for the first time. Obviously, it is little bit difficult, but if you just do it 2 to 3 times, then it will be easy only. So always remember, Google will not accept product detail. That is, Google is not going to accept the feed just like that. Always give good product details. That means when you are generating a feed, be cautious, like what product, that is, what product taxonomy you are giving and all. If you give wrong, suppose for t-shirt you are giving skirt by mistake, then Google will reject your ad. So just remember, this is called Google product taxonomy, where Google has listed a category for each and every product. So you can just copy the code and you have to paste it while you are generating a feed. Download that feed and copy that feed URL and paste it as your file URL. That's it. And after 3 days, that is only your product feed. That means your product details. Your product details is nothing but feed. This is only your feed. This feed URL, you have to paste it. And after 3 days, Google will review your product feed based on this particular URL, that is based on this particular file. Google is going to review it. If Google accepts it, it's good. And if Google rejects it, again, you have to do. That's it. This is how you need to create your shopping campaigns. There is no particular option called to keywords and all. You cannot target keywords over here. I have shown OPS that day, where how many negative keywords we have marked and everything, like what, why, and people are searching in some different languages, and people are searching as Walmart and everything. So I have shown that they just go into keywords, then negative keywords, then you can see how many keywords we have marked as negative keywords. So see, 523 keywords we have marked as negative. That means for these products we are not getting sale, or if I scroll down, I can show you what, why people are searching like that also. How to apply this product, what is this product? Obviously, if it is a skincare, then people might be searching like that, right? What, why, and all. So see, people are people are searching for price of this particular product. So I don't want somebody searching for price. I don't want my advertisement to appear. So I have just blocked it as a negative keyword. Then Vaseline, see what, where, which, who, why. So all these things, when people are searching for these kind of keywords, that means what is this product? Where is this? Where should I apply this product? For these kind of things, people are searching for knowledge. People are not going to purchase your product. They have the product already, or they want to know, gather information regarding the product. Then what is the use if my advertisement appears over there? Obviously, Google is going to target. So 100% your advertisement will appear. So it's your responsibility that you, when your campaign starts running, you can see the search terms. Upon that search terms, how people are searching, upon that you have to convert those particular keywords into a negative keyword. Then which, who, and why. See, people are searching in some different languages also, and people are searching Walmart also. That means this particular person, whoever has searched for Walmart, that person want to purchase a product from Walmart, but my advertisement is appearing same like laptop free. For it is a irrelevant keyword. Now Walmart is also a relevant keyword for OBS. So we have blocked this particular thing called Walmart. Then somebody who is searching for Walmart products, obvious advertisement will not appear. This is how you have to convert your keywords into a negative keyword. This is about shopping ads, and we have completed all our ads today. That means we have completed our Google ads. Tomorrow we'll go for social media. And we are done with mobile campaign also. I'll just upload that mobile campaign video, mobile campaign and introduction to shopping ads video. And always remember, search campaign is the most important campaign among all the campaigns. Shopping ads is a little bit difficult. I'll not say it is easy. It is a little bit difficult. And if you're doing for the first time, obviously, then mobile campaign is the easiest among all. It is the easiest one. In mobile campaign also, no need to target keywords. In mobile campaign also, Google will not target keywords. But the thing is, you no need to target keywords. Based on your app, keywords will be targeted automatically. You should not target any keywords. There is no such option called targeting keywords. And only based on locations, you have to, your advertisement starts running. So let me do one mobile app campaign. I think Kushal was not present that day, so let me do that. Mobile network, and your type is, let me show over here, it is there. See, mobile network, you have to select whether your app is for iOS users or Android users. Keywords, no need to target keywords. Now in search, how will you target? Based on text, your advertisement type is text. And where your advertisement is going to appear, it's going to appear on SERP, search engine result page. What is the bidding type? It's CPC. And based on keywords and locations, your targeting happens in the search network. But whereas in mobile network, type is text. It can be text, it can be image, or it can be video also. Where your advertisement appears, it appears on SERP, it appears on Google Display Partner website, it appears on Play Store, it appears on YouTube also. Then what is the bidding type? Cost per install. When somebody installs your app, your particular amount will be deducted from the advertiser. That only based on location you are targeting over here. In display network, you're targeting based on age, gender, audience, that is affinity and everything, right? There is nothing over here. That is the reason mobile app campaign is the easiest among all. So CPI, in a sense, cost per install, only based on location you are targeting over here. Now, how to create a mobile app campaign? Just click on new campaign, then create a create a campaign without a goal guidance, search, display, shopping, video, click on app. That is your mobile app. What do you want? You want app installs, you want app engagement. That means, assume that people have installed your app, but they are not engaging with your particular app. Then you can go for app engagement. App pre-registration. Suppose you want to target audience before launching your particular app, then go for this. As of now, I'm going for app installs. Then select your mobile apps platform, whether it is for iOS users or Android users. At one time only, you cannot target both Android and iOS. Suppose your mobile is your app is for Android users and also for iOS users. Then you have to create two campaigns, for Android once and for iOS once. There is no option where you can target both at a time. Now look up your app. Suppose you are creating an ad for Swiggy. Then you have to just search for Swiggy, then Swiggy will be available. Suppose you are targeting for some Zomato and all, then you can just search Zomato and all. The only thing is your particular app should be listed in Play Store. That is the only requirement over here. So Zomato, then click on continue. Then give some campaign name. Then where you want to target, select location through target. As of now, I'm going for India. Then languages you can select. Then budget you have to select, set your average daily budget. Then what do you want to focus on? Obviously, I want to focus on installs only. Then what kind of users do you want? I want all users. Then target cost per install. See, Google is recommending that 22 rupees. That does not mean 22 rupees will be deducted. That is just the limit. It is according to niche actually. Suppose it's a different niche, your amount can be deducted as less as 1 rupee, or it can be as high as 30 rupees also. It's just based on the niche of your particular website. So as of now, I'm giving over here as 25 rupees. Then start and end dates, save and continue. Then ad group name you have to give. I'm giving some ad group name over here. Our campaign is done. Then the second one is ad group. Then one more benefit of mobile app campaigns is after you submit your mobile app name over here, that is while creating a campaign, no need to upload images and videos. See, in display network, you are uploading images. In video network, you are uploading videos. And in search also, in search what you're doing, you're just giving headline and title. Okay, because it's a text type. Here, if you want to upload, you can upload images and videos. It's up to you. That means videos in the sense if you want to copy the URL, because your particular mobile app campaign advertisement is going to appear on YouTube also, right? On Google Display Partner websites, on YouTube, on SCRP also. Then you can just copy the code from the YouTube video, that is copy the URL of a YouTube video and you can paste it over here and click on save. Like that you can upload a video, or you can upload some images also, but it is not required because if you see over here, automatically with the help of your particular app, Google Ads only is creating the advertisement. See, Google Ads is only creating. You need not do that. If you want, you can do, but it's not required. If you want, you can just do it. See, your advertisement on display is going to appear like this. Then like this also it's going to appear. On search network, it is going to appear like this. See, if it is a mobile, then some install button also will appear on mobiles actually. Then if you want to see how it's going to appear on YouTube, then it is going to appear on Google YouTube like this. Then if you want to see on Google Play how it is going to appear, that is on your Play Store, it is going to appear like this. This is how Play Store pattern will be, right? So this is how it is going to appear on Play Store. If you want to give some headlines, you can just give some headlines over here and some descriptions over here. Make sure your word's first letter is a capital letter. Order food online. Don't make everything capital. Google will reject your ad. And one more thing is, do not use somebody's business names in your particular advertisement, like Google certificates, Maruti Suzuki, and all. 15 minutes. And if you want to give some description, then you can just give some description. Oh, what happened to their website? This is actually a company where my student works. It is same like Zomato and Swiggy. So they are trying to they have created the website and they are partnered with many restaurants and all also. So they want to have a business like Zomato and Swiggy. So they are just in the starting level actually. So I thought of taking some description from there, but it's okay. Give some product headline and description, then click on save and continue. That's it. It is asking some description. So I don't have any description as of now. Let's copy from Google only. Copy it. Come back over here and paste it. That's it. Then click on save and continue. That's it. This is how you need to create your mobile campaign. It is really easy. If you start creating, you'll only understand how easy it is. That's it. This is how you have to create your mobile campaign. And display and video, you already know both display and video are similar. And click on, okay, this is ad group. 1 second. New campaign. Create a campaign without a goals guidance. Then search, display, shopping, whichever you want, you can just select. I'm selecting display. Then go for standard only. See here, smart option is not appearing. So sometimes it will appear, sometimes it will not appear. So your business website URL you have to give. Copy the website URL. Your website should be a secured website. Then come back over here. That means HTTPS website. Then display. Okay, display one. Let it be campaign name. Click on continue. Display and video are similar. Then what you want to target. See, the pattern has changed. The interface of Google Ads has been changed. It will generally it will not appear like this, but now it is appearing like this. So select the locations you want to target. I'm selecting India and languages and more settings, add rotation, add schedule. You can do devices. You can select a particular device. You want to show your advertisement only for Android users. Suppose in Android also you want to show you, I'm sorry, you want to show your advertisement for only Samsung users, then you can select that also. Then click on next. Then set your daily budget, 1000 rupees I'm giving. Then what do you want from this? I want viewable impressions. See Google Display Partner website. For a display network where your advertisement is going to appear on Google Display Partner websites. Don't tell your advertisement is going to appear on normal websites. No, you have to tell Google Display Partner websites only. That means these websites are registered with Google AdSense. Google has accepted that, okay, your website is eligible to showcase somebody else's advertisement. So these people are known as publishers. Whoever publish your advertisement, a website like Histeco or a website like NDTV, these websites are known as publishers. That means they are Google Display Partner website. But a website like Amazon, this website is an it is an advertiser website only. They will not publish somebody else's product in their website. So there is a difference between Amazon and an NDTV. Amazon is an advertiser, whereas NDTV is a publisher. So enter your viewable CPM bid for this ad group. So I'm giving some 400 rupees. That means for 1000 impressions, 400 rupees. Then click on next. Then add targeting. You know how to target. That is based on affinity. You have to just click on browse option over here. Then detailed demographics, affinity, in market, and all these things. Then again click on add targeting. You can target with the help of age, gender, parental status, household income. Unknown is not any third gender. Just the people who have not given their gender details, these people are considered as unknown. Then click on add targeting. Then click on keywords. Here, there is a difference between display campaign keywords, video campaign keywords, and a search network keywords. Display and video keywords are similar. Somebody who is talking about, somebody who has written a content regarding your particular niche, then you have to tell in display network. Somebody who has made a video regarding your particular niche, then you have to tell that I want to show my particular advertisement on their videos only. It is a video network. But if whereas search network, you have to mention a particular keyword. For this particular keyword only, I want my advertisement to appear. So here, no need to tell like that. Just you mention somebody who is talking about digital marketing, I want my advertisement to appear over there. Somebody who is talking about affiliate marketing, I want my advertisement over there. You have to just mention over here. Then click on add targeting. Then placement is important. Placement is an important one. Actually, people might ask in interviews, what is the placement? Placement is nothing but where you want to show your advertisement. On which platform? Suppose on websites you want to show, or on YouTube channels you want to show YouTube videos. It's up to you. Placement is nothing but where you want to show your advertisement. That on a particular platform. That is only known as placement. You can just select on NDTV only, I want my advertisement to appear. On this particular YouTube channel, I want my advertisement to appear. On Shape of You song, when somebody is watching Shape of You song, I want my advertisement to appear. You can just select it over here. Then click on next option. Then you have to create your ad. Give some, see our final URL is there. Give some business name over here. Then give some headlines over here. See, I have entered the website URL, right, while creating a campaign. Upon that website URL, Google has already taken some headlines and descriptions. Whatever the content is there in your website, upon that Google takes it actually. So now if you want to upload images, then you can just upload images. If you do not have any images, you have to select the ratio, select two ratios. Then stock images also you can go. Suppose you do not have images in your particular desktop or laptop, then you can just search like this. Google only will recommend you some stock images. Then you can just select those images. Select two ratios. That's it. Click on save button. Then your advertisement is going to appear like this. You can see how your advertisement is going to appear on laptop also. See, this is skyscraper, this is rectangle. This is how your advertisement is going to appear. Then headline, description. That's it. Click on next. Publish campaign. This is how you have to create your display network campaign. And if you know display network, then your then your video network is similar. The only difference is here you're uploading images and there you're uploading a video. And click on this is an ad group. Yeah, click on new campaign. Then click on create a goal. What is that? Create a campaign without a goal. Let's go for search because we have done search long back. And this is the most important one. Search. Do not select anything over here. Just click on continue. Then give some name over here. Campaign name. Always uncheck these two options. Don't lose your money. Then show more settings. Start date, end date, ad schedule, all these things. Then enter select locations to target. You have your institute in Hyderabad. Let's assume you're for online or offline classes only you do not have online classes. Your institute is in Hyderabad and somebody from Eluru, that person is not going to come to Hyderabad to attend your classes. So at that time, don't target all countries. Obviously from other countries, they are not going to come to Hyderabad, and from all over India also they will not come to Hyderabad. So at that time, just click on enter another location. Then click. Suppose you want to target only Hyderabad people, then only select Hyderabad people. You want to target Hyderabad people. Let's assume you have opened a new institute, and obviously if you open a new institute, people will not be aware of your institute. Then people from all over Hyderabad, people are not going to visit your institute. At that time, suppose your institute is in Dilshuk Nagar and you want to target only Dilshuk Nagar people and surrounding Dilshuk Nagar, then you have to click on advanced search. Then only click on this particular thing called radius. And if you want to target it meters or kilometers, it's up to you. If you want to target 10 kilometers around Dilshuk Nagar, that means Dilshuk Nagar and surrounding Dilshuk Nagar, you have to just search like this. Dilshuk Nagar Hyderabad target. Then automatically map changes over here. Only Dilshuk Nagar surrounding areas, your advertisement is going to appear. Then click on save. Then the most important thing you need to remember in search network is this called location options. Even if you select Hyderabad and even if you select Dilshuk Nagar, a person who is in Eluru will see this advertisement. When that person is not going to come to Hyderabad, and if that person is going to see that advertisement, he might click on that particular advertisement also, and you will be losing your money. There is a very less chance that that person might be searching for his friend or something, right? Nowadays, people don't have time for themselves. What they will be searching for friends. So don't go for this particular option. Go for this particular option only. People in or regularly in your targeted locations. Okay, there's a chance that people might be searching for somebody else, but there is very less chance, right? Very, very less chance. And people 100% are not going to visit Hyderabad to join your institute. So don't go for this option. If you go for this option, other area people also will see your advertisement. And if they click, you will be losing your money. So always go for this particular option called people in or regularly in your targeted location. This is a good option. Then click on languages. Then it is not required. This is audience segment in the sense just affinity kind of thing. Now, budget, give some daily budget, 1,000 rupees I'm giving. Then what do you want to focus on? It's up to you whether you want to focus clicks or everything. So just click on this. Maximize clicks is the best option. Then how much you want to spend per click. You have to just upload that. Sorry, give that number over here. My daily budget is 1,000 and my maximum CPC is 100. That does not mean 100 rupees will be deducted from your account when somebody clicks on your advertisement. That only means that from 1 rupee to 100 rupees, that is the range you have given. From 1 rupee to 100 rupees, any amount can be detected. Now, one more thing, budget. Remember, for a month, you won't pay more than your daily budget times the average number of days. Let's assume you're running your ad for 30 days. And let's assume today from your account, 1,000 rupees have been detected. And tomorrow from your account, 2,000 might be detected. Don't think that more amount is being deducted from your account. No, if today it is 1,000, tomorrow it might be 2,000. That is daily budget times the average number. Tomorrow it might be 2,000 also, and day after tomorrow it might be just 300 rupees also. But if you count after 30 days, after a month, if you count how much money has been detected from your account, that will be 100% equals to 30,000 only, because per day you are spending 1,000. Assume that you are running your ad for 30 days, then 1,000 into 30, it will be some 30,000 rupees only. So only 30,000 will be deducted from your account. Google will do this rotation policy. On one good day, you might be getting more clicks. That means you might be getting 20 clicks and 2,000 might be deducted from your account. But if you count on the 30th day, how much amount has been reduced from your account, 30,000 will be there. It is not mandatory that every day only 1,000 should be deducted. No. One day 1,000, one day 2,000. One day less than 1,000 also. But if we count on the 30th day, it will be 30,000 rupees only. More money will not be deducted from the advertiser. Then, extensions, site links, call out, call extensions. You can give extension. Site link text, that means suppose you are promoting some SEO course. Then you want to give some link. Suppose under your advertisement, you want to give a link so that they will directly go to that particular page of your website. Then you can give site links and all. See, post-graduation course, short-term certification. What does this mean? This means site link only. Instead of going directly to the home page, they are sending to post-graduation course. They are sending to short-term certification. So you can also give site link over here. So this is the name, link text I have given. And if you want to give description, you can just give description and final URL. That means you have to give particular page URL. Suppose, assume that this is SEO page, then copy this code, come back over here and paste the code over here. So when somebody clicks on SEO, that means assume that this is SEO. When somebody clicks on SEO, they'll directly go to that particular page. This is about site links. Then call out extension. This is just the description, additional description. You want to give additional description, then you can just give additional description over here regarding a particular course. Then call extension, you have to give the phone number over here. Just select India over here. Sorry. Just select India over here and give the phone number over here. Phone number will be appearing. Then which extension we have learned? Structured snippet. This is also description only, but this description will have some structure. See, you have to select what kind of thing your website is into. Are you promoting some brand courses, or whether you have a like hotels and all, then you can go for this particular one. You are into insurance, then you can go for this one. As of now, I'll go for courses because this is the best one for my website. Then write over here what courses you are providing. SEO, affiliate marketing, it's up to you. Whatever you want to write, you can just write. So this particular description will have some structure. That's it. This is about extensions. Then click on save and continue. Then add group name you have to fill. You have created your campaign. The next level is add group. So give them add group name. Then find relevant keywords by describing what you are advertising in this group. You can enter your website URL, then Google only will recommend, or you can enter your product like digital marketing, affiliate marketing, then Google will recommend. Otherwise, what you can do is, instead of doing all these things, you have to go to keyword planner. You guys already know what is keyword planner. Google will recommend you some keywords based on your particular product. Google is going to recommend some keywords. Then download that particular sheet over there, Excel sheet, and see what is a low bid range and high bid range. Which keyword is good for your particular niche and which keyword is not good. Upon that, copy those keywords and paste it over here. And always, as a beginner, you can go for exact match or phrase match with the combination of negative match. Phrase match in the sense, anybody can add anything before and anybody can add anything after. The only thing is they should not disturb your pattern. And Google follows semantic algorithm. No need to, don't think that somebody should type the spelling correctly. They can type some wrong spellings also, because not everybody will be typing correct spellings, right? So at that time, automatically Google will make the correction and your advertisement will appear. Singular, plurals also Google will see. And website design, web design, both are same. So suppose you are in your title, you are giving website designing in Hyderabad and somebody is searching web design in Hyderabad. Then also your advertisement is going to appear. Do not go for broad match. It is completely irrelevant. For irrelevant keywords, your advertisement will appear and you will be losing your money. Unless and until you have more money, don't go for broad match. Very, very big companies also don't like going for broad match. It is not good actually, broad match. Let me show you that keyword planner once. Before creating your search campaign, only go to keyword planner. Then tools and settings, planning, keyword planner. Then discover new keywords, enter whatever it is, digital marketing in Hyderabad. Then get results. See, an Excel sheet has been created. See, some 166 keywords Google is recommending. So just click on this particular option, then .csv. Then this will be converted into an Excel sheet. Then see what is the low bid range and what is the high bid range, and which keywords you want to target. According to your budget, you have to see which keyword is good and which keyword is not good. And also, if somebody is searching for free digital marketing course, then don't go for that. See, and if somebody is searching for digital marketing price in Hyderabad, then that is also not good. Content marketing services, all these things, it's up to you. Whichever keyword you want to take, you can just take the particular keyword and you can target those keywords based on the low bid range and high bid range, and also see whether which keywords are good and which keywords are not good. Then copy those particular keywords. See, we have generated an Excel sheet over here, right? Copy those particular keywords and paste it in your, here you have to paste it. And give phrases. If you are going for a phrase match, give phrases. If you are going for exact match, give brackets. If you are going for broad match modifier, then use plus symbols. These are mandatory. If you don't use anything, that will become broad match and you will lose your amount. By default, Google will recommend broad match only because Google wants to take more amount from the advertiser. So we have created one ad group. See, ad group in the sense it is a service. So let's assume this is SEO. Then if you want to create one more ad group, that is for Google Ads, you want to create one more ad group, then click on Google Ads over here. And you have one more service. Then you can click on ad group and create one more ad group. Click on save and continue. That's it. These are my ad groups. Then say this is my first Google Ads ad group. For Google Ads, I have to create an ad, and again for SEO also I have created an ad copy. So many keyword headlines you have to give over here, because Google will do A/B testing. Which headline is working more, Google will show that headline on SERP. So always don't give only 2 headlines. Just because 2 headlines are appearing on SERP, you should not do like that. Give a number of headlines and give a number of descriptions also. Same for SEO also. And display path, I've already told you, display path is nothing but just the direction you are giving. That means I want to give some website URL. First give the website URL, copy it, come back over here. This is my final URL. Okay. If it's a HTTP only, that means if it's a not secured website, then one symbol will appear over here that's saying it's not secure. Always go for secure websites. Then display path. See, my website is appearing over here. Now I have to give some display path that suppose you want them to land into SEO page, then only give SEO over here. See, SEO. Then when you are giving display path as SEO, your particular final URL should be of the SEO page only. Let's assume this is SEO page. Then what I have to do is I have to copy this URL, come back over here, and instead of sending the user to the home page, I have to send them to the particular page, that is SEO page or whatever it is. Then I will give over here it as Lena. Then see, it will happen like this. Then people will understand that, okay, I'm going to the particular page called Lena, this particular page I'm going. If you're giving SEO, then people will understand that they're going into the SEO page. Many people will not give display path. Display path is not mandatory actually. You can just give the homepage URL. If you observe the advertisements on SERP, nobody will give display path. Very few people are going to give display path. Even if they give display path, still they will send their audience to the final URL only. But if you're giving display path, make sure you give the particular page URL over here. Whatever the display path you're giving, that page URL. Otherwise, it's not required. Go for only final URL. That is your homepage URL. That's it. This is how you need to create your search campaign. And this is the most important campaign among all the campaigns. That's it. And we are done with our 5 networks in our Google Ads, and quality score, actual CPC, and ad rank score. That was really important topic. Actually, it is not any practical. It is only theory topic, but you will understand how your money will be detected from the advertiser. Don't think whoever is paying more money from that person only money will be deducted. No, it's not like that. Whichever person's quality score is good and who is paying good amount, that particular person's advertisement will rank on top of SERP. And when your quality score is good, your CPC, your clicks will increase. When your clicks will increase, your CTR will increase. And when your CTR is increased, your quality score will increase. When your quality score increases, your CPC will be reduced. So always do not go for less CPC. Always go for high CPC only. When your CPC is high, more impressions will happen. And if more impressions happen, clicks will increase. When clicks increases, your CTR will increase. When CTR increases, your quality score will be increased. When your quality score is increased, your CPC will be reduced by Google only. Google will tell, no, don't pay 30 rupees. It's okay that you are paying 20 rupees is enough for you because your quality score is really good. And quality score depends on 3 factors: CTR, ad relevancy, and landing page experience. So based on these 3 factors, Google Ads is going to give the quality score. And the quality score ranges from 1 to 10. And one more thing is ad rank score, and one more thing is actual CPC. How ad rank score is calculated, how actual CPC is calculated. You know what is maximum CPC. Maximum CPC is a limit, but you do not know how actual CPC is calculated. That means actual amount is calculated for a 1 click. So just watch that particular video. I have explained everything. And keyword match types, that is more important. Do not go for broad match. You will unnecessarily lose your money. And search network is easy only. It's not like shopping ads. Shopping ads is also easy, but for the first timers, it is a little bit tricky. But otherwise, it is easy only. And mobile app is the easy one among all the networks. Display and video. If you know display, then you know video. In video also, there are in-stream ads and video discovery ads. In-stream in the sense, your skippable ads and non-skippable ads. Non-skippable ads are of two types, 6-second ads and 15-second ads. 6 seconds ads are known as bumper ads. The other day when I was taking this class, by mistake, few times I have told buffer ads actually. I'm sorry for that. That is bumper ads actually. So bumper ads is known as 6-second ads. And when you compare whether skippable, we should go for skippable ads or non-skippable ads. Non-skippable ads is the best option. Yeah, it's correct that for skippable ads, if somebody watches your advertisement for 30 seconds, then only money will be detected from the advertiser. But the thing is, when somebody sees the skip ad button, 100% they are not going to watch your video. They are going to click on skip ad button only because their whole concentration will be on the skip ad button. So brand promotion will not be happening over there. So it is better you go for non-skippable ads. That is, bumper ads is the best option, bumper ads or 15-second ads. But the only thing is that is really expensive. Only very high scale companies go for these advertisements. Medium scales and small scale companies do not go for this kind of advertisements, video network advertisements I'm talking about. And shopping ads is the cheapest one because Google targets irrelevant keywords. We have already seen the examples, right? For laptop free also, we are seeing advertisement. That does not mean they are selling for free. So that's it. This is about Google Ads. Tomorrow we will start social media. That is introduction to social media. Social media optimization will start tomorrow for 2 days. And social media marketing, that means Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Twitter ads, all these things will start from Wednesday's class. Yeah, after 2 days, we'll be starting all these things. For the first 2 days, we will just like organic method. And after that, paying method. That's it. That's it about Google Ads. And yeah, you can leave